Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद् अभय चरणारविंद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. श्री श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय. Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to this most auspicious occasion of Shri Nityananda Trayodashi today, the glorious appearance day of Lord Shri Nityananda Ram. Jai Shri Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. So today we will hear a beautiful verse from Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Let us hear, speak and glorify about Lord Shri Nityananda Ram for the pleasure of their lordships, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, and all the Vaishnavas. So whenever we recite a verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita, we first sing this beautiful Mangalacharan prayers. So we will do that and then move into this beautiful verse. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, let us recite this beautiful verse, which appears in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 5, text number 11. Sarvarupe aswadaye Krishna sevananda. Sarvarupe aswadaye Krishna sevananda. Sei Balarama Gaura Sange Nityananda. Sei Balarama Gaura Sange Nityananda. Sarvarupe aswadaye Krishna sevananda. Sei Balarama Gaura Sange Nityananda. Gaura Sange Nityananda.
Sarvarupe Ashwadaye Krishna Sevananda. Sarvarupe Ashwadaye Krishna Sevananda. Sei Balarama Gaura Sange Nityananda. Sei Balarama Gaura Sange Nityananda. Sarvarupe Ashwadaye Krishna Sevananda. Sarvarupe Ashwadaye Krishna Sevananda. Sei Balarama
Rama Gaura Sange Nityananda. Vaishnavis. Rupe Aswadaye Krishna Sevananda. Sei Balarama Gaura Sange Nityananda. Sarvarupe Aswadaye Krishna Sevananda. Sei Balarama Gaura Sange Nityananda. Let's look at the word-to-word meaning. Sarvarupe. In all these forms. Aswadaye. Tastes. Krishna Sevananda. The transcendental bliss of serving Krishna. Sei Balarama. That Lord Balarama. Gaura Sange. With Gaura Sundara. Nityananda. Lord Nityananda. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In all the forms, he tastes the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna. That same Balarama is Lord Nityananda, the companion of Lord Gaura Sundara. Let's repeat. In all the forms, he tastes the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna. That same Balarama is Lord Nityananda, the companion of Lord Gaura Sundara. So today, on this most auspicious occasion of Lord Nityananda Prabhu's appearance, let us meditate on his beautiful qualities. Who is Lord Nityananda? How has he appeared in this Kali Yuga to give us Krishna Prem, the ultimate goal of life, along with his most dear companion, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is said that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an incarnation of Sri Krishna. And Sri Krishna's elder brother, Lord Balram, appears as Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Now, most of us here are aware of this. Just for many new visitors who are also here in the temple joining us today, let us hear a little bit more about who is Lord Balram. And then we can see how Lord Balram appears as Lord Nityananda to assist Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in all his pastimes and to serve and to please him. So in chapter 5, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he says, even before delving into who is Lord Nityananda Ram, he first says, Vande Nantarbhutaishwaryam Shri Nityanandamishwaram Yasyechaya Tat Svarupam Agnenapi Nirupyate. Let me offer my obeisances to Lord Sri Nityananda, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose opulence is wonderful and unlimited. By his will, even a fool can understand his identity. So Lord Nityananda Ram, being non-different from Lord Balram himself, who is the first bodily expansion of Sri Krishna, Lord Nityananda Ram's opulence and his glories are also unlimited. Because Lord Nityananda is non-different from Lord Balram, which is what we saw in today's verse as well, that in all the forms he tastes the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna. That same Balarama is Lord Nityananda, the companion of Lord Gaura Sundara. So let's meditate a little bit on Lord Balram. So we know that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So for his pleasure, for his pastimes, when his internal potency expands, that manifests as Srimati Radharani, who is eternally giving pleasure to Sri Krishna in her most beautiful form as the topmost gopi. Then Lord Krishna's physical form, when his physical body expands and takes a second form, then that becomes Lord Balram. So there is no difference between Lord Balram and Lord Shri Krishna in all their qualities, their nature, their strength, their power, their glory. Lord Balram is equal in platform with Lord Krishna, except that he is in a second physical form. And the most obvious feature that we see is Lord Balram is whitish in complexion, while Lord Krishna is dark in complexion. And when we see their appearance, we see that Lord Krishna wears bright yellow shining garments, while we see Lord Balram in beautiful blue garments. And that is why when they descend as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu, again we see Lord Chaitanya dressed in beautiful golden yellow and Lord Nityananda Ram dressed in beautiful bluish color. So Lord Balram assists Lord Krishna in all his pastimes to serve and to please him. And therefore he is called as the Sevak Bhagavan. So Sri Krishna is called as the Savior Bhagavan, that is the Lord who is worshipped. And Lord Balram, because he is constantly engaged in serving and pleasing Krishna, he is called as the Sevak Bhagavan. He takes the mood of service to Krishna. And Lord Balram assists and pleases Krishna in all the different moods of Vatsalya Prem as his elder brother, and through servitude as a servant, as in Madhurya Bhava when he takes the form of a Manjari, and as in sometimes with a paternal mood like his father. And sometimes like a friend, he's always wrestling with him. And he is stealing butter and he is also playing with him and with all the gopas. Like that, Lord Balram tastes all the rasas of serving Krishna. And similarly, we see Lord Nityananda Ram also experiences all these different modes of serving Krishna. And Lord Balram, when he is referred to as Balaram, his Bala refers not just to his physical strength, but also the spiritual strength. And therefore, Lord Balram is worshipped as the Adi Guru. Why? Because he is teaching us how to serve and please Krishna. There always has to be one first person who's teaching us, isn't it? And by his own personal example. So it is not like he's just saying, you do this, do that, this is how you serve Krishna. But by practically demonstrating his service to Sri Krishna, Lord Balram becomes our Adi Guru. And therefore, Lord Nityananda Ram, who is the same as Lord Balram, also is our Adi Guru. So when we worship Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we cannot approach him directly. We have to go through Lord Nityananda Ram. So first we worship the devotees, the Vaishnavas, we serve Vaishnavas, and then slowly through their Sangha, through their association, we get an opportunity to serve and please our Shiksha Gurus and our Diksha Guru, and then Srila Prabhupada. And like that, it goes through the Parampara, and then the Shad Goswamis, and then like that, it goes through Lord Nityananda Ram, and then to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then when they are pleased, then we slowly we get an opportunity to serve and please Shri Radha and Krishna. So we cannot directly jump into serving Sri Radha and Krishna because they are on a very high platform. Whereas Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Ram are very, very merciful. And that is why they are called as the Karunavatar. They are the most merciful incarnation of Krishna. And they don't take any offenses. Now there are so many people around the world, and we do so many offenses day in and day out. Can anyone say that, I'm this most perfect human being? I'm like just, on the top. I don't commit any mistakes. I'm like absolute. Can we ever say that? No. Of course, our soul is pure. Our soul is a spark of Sri Krishna, and therefore our soul is naturally pure. But because of our association with the material nature, with the material world, we become brushed by all these different anarthas. But Lord Nityananda Prabhu doesn't see any of this. What he wants to do is simply give Krishna Prem or love of Krishna to everyone. No matter who and where we come from, what our background is, what our conditioning is, what is our way of life, they don't see any of this. So it is said that, again in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see Shri Chaitanya Sei Krishna Nityananda Rama Nityananda Purna Kare Chaitanyera Kama. Lord Chaitanya is the same Lord Krishna, and Lord Nityananda is Lord Balarama. Lord Nityananda fulfills all of Lord Chaitanya's desires. So that is what we are seeing. Just as how Lord Balram expands himself to all that assists and serves Krishna in his pastimes. So what does Lord Balram become? He becomes the beautiful, holy Vraja Dham. He becomes the land on which Lord Krishna walks and runs and plays and has fun. And Lord Balram becomes Krishna's crown. He becomes his bed, he becomes his couch, he becomes his shoes, he becomes his ornaments, he becomes his beautiful dresses, he becomes his beautiful jewelry. Everything that is used for Krishna's service. So Lord Balram expands his kartal as mridanga. So in fact, when we learn to play the mridanga, we first say a beautiful mantra to glorify Lord Balram. And then we start learning to play the mridanga, because the mridanga is a beautiful form of Lord Balram. So that is how we have to see everything. So when Lord Balram becomes all of this, then through all this he attracts everyone to Krishna. So whenever we see Shri Radha Gopinath dressed in their beautiful attire, the beautiful color combinations in their dressing that we see, the beautiful garlands, their earrings and necklaces and bangles, we know that all this is an expansion of Shri Balram, who is attracting all of us to Shri Krishna. So like that, we see how Lord Nityananda also takes the same mode of attracting everyone to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. Then we hear Nityananda Mahima Sindhu Ananta Apara Eka Kana Sparshi Matra Se Kripa Tanhara. The ocean of Lord Nityananda's glories is infinite and unfathomable. Only by his mercy can I touch even a drop of it. So as we can see, Lord Nityananda's glories are unfathomable, which means they are deep like an ocean. And we were recently hearing in one of the lectures, His Grace Bhavibhushan Prabhuji was talking about the ocean of mercy. What does that mean? We constantly hear about ocean of mercy, Kripa Sindhu. And what that means is an ocean never dries up, isn't it? Sometimes we see a lake or a river, and sometimes when there's a drought, the river might dry up and we will see the sand, or the lake might dry up, or any body of water. But have we ever seen an ocean dry up? No. Isn't it? All the different oceans that we see, the Pacific Ocean, the Antarctic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, whatever. All these oceans are constantly full with water. It never dries up, whether it rains, summer, winter, autumn, spring, no matter what. Like that, Sri Krishna's compassion is extended to everyone through Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu as an ocean of mercy. So their compassion for us never dries up. So Sri Nityananda Prabhu doesn't see who is good or who is bad. He doesn't see what are your faults. Preme Matta Nityananda Kripa Avatara Uttama Adhama Kichu Na Kare Vichara. Because he is intoxicated by ecstatic love and is an incarnation of mercy, he does not distinguish between the good and the bad. So this is one of the most beautiful qualities of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And of course, we've heard in the pastime of Jagai and Madai, so we can never skip that when we are meditating on Lord Nityananda Ram. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with his associates, when they were chanting the holy names of Krishna and when they were trying to attract everyone, what did Jagai and Madai do? They were just intoxicated, drunk people. And what did they do? They said they would never chant. And once what happened? Madai took an earthen pot and he threw it on Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And at that time, Lord Nityananda Prabhu said, do you think that just because you hit me with this pot, I will not give you love of Krishna? By saying that, he still poured his mercy on this drunken fool. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give him a big punch. And at that time, what did Lord Nityananda Prabhu say? Don't, let him go, let him go. Like that, we can see practical examples in our day-to-day life. So many things happen. So many people come to temple. There are so many new visitors. And we don't know what they do. Some do some offenses, knowingly, unknowingly. And even in the outside world, can we ever say that we've never done any mistakes? For example, I recently received a fine notice for speeding. And I was speeding to Radha Gopinath temple, in one of the M1 tunnels. And I didn't even know, I didn't realize it was in December. Apparently, I've gone on 90 while it should have been 80. And I went to India, I came back, and now I saw this fine notice and only 2 days to pay. It said $145. And I'm like, what? What did I do? When did this even happen? But the cameras are there. They are spotting our mistakes. And just when I was about to, just look at it and said, okay, I'll just have to pay the fine. What do you do? And then I just turned the page over and I was reading. Sometimes there's some fine print. So as I was reading, somewhere it said, if you have a 10-year clear driving record, then we can give you a caution. So contact the revenue department. And I thought, wow, okay, there is something. Let me try. I didn't even remember what had happened in the last 10 years of my license, but I thought, let me just try. So I called the revenue department and I was waiting in the queue. They didn't answer the phone. 10 minutes went. And then this person called and then he said, yes, you do have a very clear driving record for the last 10 years, and so we'll give you a caution this time. But your 10-year period next starts now. So make sure you don't commit any more mistakes. So like that, in our day-to-day life, we see so many people doing so many mistakes. Something as simple as this, if someone can just give us a caution and just pardon us, isn't that the Lord's mercy that is coming through them to us? So like that, when we look at others, we have to see with that same compassion that Lord Nityananda Prabhu portrays. That mercy that Lord Balram extends. Rather than always trying to see, oh, I am great, I am this, I am that, and I want everyone to be the same, or trying to, show our ego. When we try to see that we are all simply servants of Krishna, then we take that submissive mood, because we are all alive today because of Krishna's mercy. So we'll reflect a little bit on Lord Nityananda Prabhu's appearance. So Lord Nityananda Prabhu appeared in 1473 in a village called Ekachakra in West Bengal. On the auspicious 13th day of the bright fortnight of the month of Magha, as the son of Hadai Pandit and Padmavati. So today is called as Trayodashi, that means the 13th day. So Ekadashi is 11, then we have Dashami, we have Dwadashi. So yesterday was Varaha Dwadashi, and today is the 13th day, which is Trayodashi or Nityananda Trayodashi. And little Nitai, he was called as Nitai, and his other names were Nityananda Ram or Nityananda Prabhu. So little Nitai would always enact the pastimes of Krishna and Lord Ram. And this way he would attract the hearts of all the people of Ekachakra. So everyone was in love with little Nitai. Then as Nitai grew up, and when he was around 13 years old, a visiting sannyasi who came to their home, to the house of Hadai Pandit and Padmavati, he wanted to take Nitai with him. And therefore he asked his parents to allow to take Nitai with him. And being the Vedic culture, the parents, they just sent Nitai with this sannyasi. And that way Nitai traveled all over North and South India. And then when he came to Navadvip, that is where he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So at this time, actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was 20 years old. He was only 20. And Nityananda Prabhu was around 32. So we see that big gap between Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this happened in 1506. And as soon as both of them met, they gave a big hug to each other. And they exchanged their ecstatic mood of love for each other. Imagine when you see someone so dear to you after a very long time. Immediately we'll give a big hug and we will exchange our love. So that is what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu did when they met. So now Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, along with all their associates, what did they do? They distributed love of Krishna throughout the world through the Sankirtana movement. And they have taught us how to chant the names of Krishna. So what do we chant? Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So we hear this beautiful verse. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. So who are the Panchatattva? Let me offer my obeisances unto Lord Sri Krishna, who has manifested himself in 5 as a devotee, expansion of a devotee, incarnation of a devotee, pure devotee, and devotional energy. So Lord Krishna, when he appears in the form of a devotee, to taste the love for Krishna with the mode of Srimati Radharani, he becomes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And his first expansion, that is his Swamsha. Swamsha means having the same qualities. So his Swarupa is Nityananda Prabhu. And then his incarnation, Lord Krishna's incarnation, is Advaita Acharya. And then we have his devotional energy expanding in the form of Gadadhar Pandit, and then Srivas Thakur, and all the parampara that follows after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All the Goswamis, Swarup Damodar, Ramananda Rai. So they're all such dear associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who were constantly engaged in assisting and pleasing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his divine pastimes and to spread the Sankirtana movement. So it is said, Seyi pancha tattva mili prithvi ashiya Purva prema bandharera mudra ogadhiya Panche mili lute prema kare aswadhana Yata yata piye trishna bhade anukshana. The characteristics of Krishna are understood to be a storehouse of transcendental love. Although that storehouse of love certainly came with Krishna, when he was present, it was sealed. But when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came with his associates of the Panchatattva, they broke the seal and plundered the storehouse to taste transcendental love of Krishna. And the more they tasted it, the more their thirst for it grew. So we can see that when Sri Krishna was present on this material world, love for Krishna was there, but it was very confidential. Not everyone knew, only the Brajavasis. It was within a very close circle. For example, we have, when we go outside in the car park, we see a big shed in the corner, isn't it? And what does it contain? It has full of books, all of Srila Prabhupada's books. We have Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and so many other books. And there is a lock. So when we go, can any of us just go and take a book and just read? No, we can't, isn't it? Someone has a key to that lock. And only that person has the authority to go and open the lock, take out the books, and then distribute it. Imagine if someone just went and just broke that lock and opened that shed and just took all those books and just gave it away to everyone for free, saying, you know, you don't have to pay $300, you don't have to pay $20. I'm giving these books for free. All of you take it, just sing and chant and read. What will happen? There'll be like thousands of people if they have a taste for hearing and reading about Krishna. And even if they don't, because it's being given for free, everyone would just go and take it. Isn't it? Would anyone say, no, like, you know, I don't want this book, it's too expensive? So they don't have a reason or they don't have any excuse. All that they will do is, okay, whether I read it or not, it's okay. I'll just take it because you're just giving it to me as a gift. So like that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu, along with all their associates, they just freely distributed Krishna Prem. So that is why it is said that they plundered the storehouse of love of Krishna. So they were the greatest thieves. So recently, His Holiness Keshav Swami Maharaj was saying Krishna is a thief and he takes away everything from you, but he leaves you with the most beautiful thing. And what is that? Love for Krishna, Krishna Prem. And that Krishna Prem can be tasted only in the association of devotees with beautiful friendships in serving Krishna, with a beautiful sangha of devotees. When we sing and chant and dance and cry for Krishna, then we are really tasting that love which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu experienced. So it is said, Puna puna piyaya haya mahamata nache kande hase gaye yache madamata. Sri Panchatattva themselves danced again and again and thus made it easier to drink nectarian love of Godhead. They danced, cried, laughed, and chanted like madmen. And in this way, they distributed love of Godhead. So by a practical example, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and all their associates, by singing and dancing and crying for Krishna, they showed us what it is to taste the love for Krishna. Now, we may not be on that platform as yet because we all have our previous conditionings. We still have so many desires in our heart. There may be so many anarthas, so many things that we have to cross over. But still, we have the hope that one day, yes, I can attain pure love for Krishna. So this hope is given to us by Sri Nityananda Prabhu, because out of his causeless mercy as our Adi Guru. So our Guru teaches us how to worship Krishna in the association of devotees, how to serve devotees. And constantly we have to have this spiritual check. So recently, again, His Holiness Keshav Swami Maharaj was saying that we have to do a constant spiritual check. And he said we have to ask ourselves these 6 questions. Number 1, are you enthusiastic and eager to learn? Number 2, do you have spiritual friendships where you can be open and honest? Number 3, do you think about your ultimate goal of life every day? Number 4, are you happy to see others succeed? Number 5, are your spiritual goals more exciting than your material goals? Number 6, are you hopeful and optimistic that you will make it in this life. So we have to constantly ask these questions and introspect. How is my spiritual health? Am I doing it? Am I there? And if anywhere we are lacking, that is where we can go back to these points. Bring back our spiritual friendships. Constantly meditate on our ultimate goal of life. So what is our ultimate goal of life? Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanayas Taddama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavatu Vargena Ya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumarto Mahan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam Tatradharo na Paraha. So Aradhya Bhagavan. So Shri Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj of Vraja, is the topmost worshipable personality. And his beautiful gopis performed the topmost worship for Shri Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless highest Purana. And Shri Prema Pumarto Mahan. So love for Krishna is the topmost and our ultimate goal of life. So we are constantly striving for this. And in our path to achieving and to attaining love for Krishna, every day when we pray to Lord Nityananda Prabhu for spiritual strength, because we may be lacking in so many ways, but yet we should have the hope that Lord Nityananda Prabhu, he has his mercy for us. But we shouldn't take it for granted and think, oh yes, the Lord is merciful and so I can do whatever I want. That is not the right mode. But no matter what, wherever we are at in our spiritual journey, constantly if we hold on to Sri Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet and beg for his mercy, beg for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, that way, slowly we can develop and attain pure love for Krishna. And also we see sometimes when we see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu, sometimes naturally for some people the mind tends to distinguish, and the eyes go straight to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But we have to approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only through Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And there is also a beautiful pastime of Meenaketana Das, who was a disciple of Lord Nityananda Ram. And once he went for a Kirtan festival in the house of Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And there, as soon as Meenaketan Das came, all the devotees, everyone got up and they paid their respects to him. But there was a pujari whose name was Gunarnava Mishra, and he neglected him. He didn't show his respect. And immediately Meenaketan Das, he took offense because he felt that because he's a disciple of Nityananda Prabhu, that this person did not adequately respect him. And that means he is also offending Nityananda Prabhu. Like that, he expressed his emotion at seeing this. So that way, when we see Lord Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have to see them on the same platform as Swamsha. He is the Swarupa of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we pray to both of them for their divine mercy, so that we can all constantly serve and please devotees, please our gurus, please Srila Prabhupada, and please Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then please Shri Radha Gopinath one day. So we will quickly end with 2 lines of this beautiful song before we have the Darshan Arati today. Parama Karuna Pahudui Jana Nittai Gaura Chandra Rama Karuna Pahudui Jana Nittai Gaura Chandra Saba Avatara Sarashiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda Parama Karuna Pahudui Jana Nittai Gaura Chandra